Hello again, YouTube. Just another video, garden update video for you. We are near the end of January here in South Carolina of 2019. Wanted to kind of give you a little update of where the garden's at, what we're doing. It's winter time, of course. It's a beautiful day out. Look at that beautiful blue sky. All the leaves are falling off the trees. It's beautiful. It's probably about 50 degrees, maybe 48, 49, but close to 50 degrees out here. I wanted to kind of quickly go over just kind of what we're doing. We have an excess of pine trees in our forest. As you can see, we have plenty of trees, but my wife has raked up the pine needles and some leaves and used them to cover the ground area outside of our main garden area, from there to the wood line that we have, to keep all the weeds and everything else down. And hopefully you can see the trees that we have in here. This here line is where we have our fig trees. We have 3 fig trees, and then we have our peach tree way down on the end. It's the one with the little paper on it. And we wanted to protect this area and keep the weeds down, so my wife is spending a lot of time raking up pine needles all over the property, our family's properties, to truck them over here and spread them all out. So hopefully this works. It's supposed to help keep the weeds down. It's also supposed to help keep the ground warm and moisture in. So we will see how that pans out. It's the first year we're trying with the pine needles. Also, for winterizing, I guess, the garden, this is our asparagus patch here. We've clipped everything back and lightly covered them with some soil for the winter, and we're going to be making a box for this as well this year, as well as boxes for the strawberries, which we have now expanded into 2 rows. The only downside is the rows are not straight, which means when I put the boxes in, I have to remove some strawberries and make the line straight for the boxes to be straight to put in here. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we're not going to lose any strawberries. They do multiply pretty easy out here, and because the weather has been nice and we've getting some rain, it looks like these are actually starting to turn dark green again, like they're going to be bearing some fruit, which is good. It's winter time. We don't mind that. Our artichoke plants, we were down to 2, but one of them did decide it was going to come back, so now we're up to 3 of them, which is really nice. I thought this one here was another artichoke plant starting back up, but I'm going to have to wait and see. Kind of looks like a weed too. It's hard to tell. We also put some of the pine needles around our blueberry bushes, and over here is our grape vine. We're going to be building a little trellis for this year so that it doesn't climb all over the fence. I have to watch a few more videos on how to prune this back and get it to go onto a trellis instead of onto my fence, but even if it climbs the fence, at least I know where the grapes are going to be. Everything else is pretty much removed out of the garden that we were growing. The only things we have now are green onions, which we clip off the tops of and eat. We have carrots growing underneath our mini greenhouse canopies, which are working really well. We've got the plastic coming up. We're actually supposed to get down to into the 20s with some rain tomorrow night, so we brought out the big tarp, and we're going to be covering this complete area with the tarp in the evenings only, and then we'll pull it back off during the day so that it'll protect some of these plants from frosting over, because we have some stuff that my wife's growing, some radishes, some Brussels sprouts. We have our leeks, our garlic. This line is our garlic here. We have more carrots there. Underneath the canopy is more leeks, and then this line here is leeks as well. All of the plastic covered areas over here are all of my wife's potatoes. Not the purple sweet potatoes. These are going to be regular potatoes. We're going to try those this year. We haven't tried those with any success over the last couple years. We just tried like small areas. So this year we have gone into, we have 2.5 rows here on this side, and then there are 3 rows on this side. So basically the same areas where we had our peppers and bell peppers last season. We now have potatoes in the ground, so we'll see how that goes. Everything else has been ripped out. I'm going to be getting ready to rototill right before the beginning of the new season, and bring in some of our compost from our compost pile, a little more potting soils, manures, whatever we're going to put in here, rototill it in, and get some of the other areas ready. The purple sweet potato bed here that we had infestation of gophers, we really haven't done anything with. It's just kind of sitting here right now. Not sure what we're going to do with or plant in this particular area. We are going to try the purple sweet potatoes again, but we're going to be planting them over here on this side where we originally did the watermelon patch area last season. We think the ground will be a little bit better off, and we may actually dig up some ground and lay down chicken wire about 1 foot deep, and then put the soil back down to try and eliminate some of the gopher activity in the area here. Plus we have some of the sonar thumping little sticks that we're going to put in the ground to try and keep them out. It seemed to work inside the garden area good. It just didn't keep the mole crickets away. So that's where we're at with the garden for January. Hope you enjoy. Talk to you later.